Now, what time would your party start, let's say?
Like 9:30.
Really? That early?
Yeah.
I could make that.
Yeah.
But I could think of you of starting a party at like midnight. Like, what time will it go till?
That's a different type of party, though.
Uh-huh.
No, it'll go from like 9:30 to like maybe 3 o'clock, 2, 3 o'clock. And then, you know, we have the top 2 floors of the hotel.
And then it will carry on there?
Yeah. Then no, I mean the after party.
No, I know about them.
Wow. The more people start to put the pieces together about Diddy, the more things are starting to make sense. And I didn't think it would go this far. But now Steven Twitch Boss is part of it too.
Yo, Ellen, we go so far back. You don't tell these people how far back we go.
I know, but I wear T-shirts. I don't know what that means. Anyway, all right, let's...
I mean...
You hold that.
Okay.
All right.
I got this. Take 2 if the joke didn't work. I
No, it's okay.
I don't want no problems.
No, it's okay.
No, hold on. Hey, so...
Twitch was like the heart of the Ellen DeGeneres Show. Everyone loved him on daytime TV. But behind all the lights, the fame, and his cool dance moves, maybe something scary was hiding. People are starting to talk more and more. And now, from what I'm hearing, Twitch might have hurt himself. Because he was starting to tell the truth about some bad things he had to go through in Hollywood. And I mean things like the now famous Diddy freak-offs. Maybe. And you know what? It might have had a lot to do with Ellen DeGeneres too.
What time do you stay up till?
I stay up till like maybe 6 in the morning. I'm back up at like 10:30, 11.
6 in the morning. What do you do every night till 6 in the morning? You don't go to clubs every night.
No, I mean, I make love a lot. And, you know,
That's
Ellen,
my favorite answer ever.
I told you when I came on the show I was going to be completely honest and expose myself to the world.
Basically with Twitch having accompanied Ellen. Everywhere people are now asking, did he see something? Was he invited to those infamous parties we keep hearing about? Was Twitch caught up in something he didn't sign up for that forced him to take his own life? Remember, it was reported that Twitch left a note behind. And although investigators who found the note did not specify exactly what it read, the LAPD confirmed he cited past challenges he was still struggling with. But here's where it gets even stranger. Online rumors suggest Twitch may have recorded something like a voicemail about what really happened at these elite gatherings, and there was serious tea in there about Diddy's freak-off. So, are these just internet conspiracies, or is there something more to the story? Get seated love. So at the time when it was reported that Twitch had annihilated himself, people said it didn't make sense because one, Twitch had just celebrated his 9th anniversary with his wife Allison, sharing throwback images from their wedding and writing, "Happy anniversary, my love," at Allison Hulkier number 9 years. In addition, Twitch and Allison were even talking about having another kid, so it didn't make sense that he just lived himself. Naturally, fans started digging to find out if there was something that pushed Twitch to unalive himself, and one thing people said a lot was that Twitch was planning on exposing Ellen, and she organized his death and made it look like he took his own life. And of course it didn't help that Todrick Hall, a friend of Twitch, shared that Twitch was under pressure because of the scandal on the Ellen DeGeneres Show.
He was on Ellen and Ellen was being canceled. People were looking at him saying, why are you supporting this woman? And I think that is just a lot of pressure. Human beings are not designed to handle that much pressure. And when I was talking about my experience, his face was like, I know. And he was just like, it's a lot. It's a lot.
Y'all probably remember back in 2020, Ellen was accused of allowing an on-set culture of discrimination based on color, fear, and intimidation by several former employees, even though she strongly denied the allegations. She said she didn't know about them.
As you may have heard, this summer there were allegations of a toxic work environment at our show. And then there was an investigation. I learned that things happened here that never should have happened. I take that very seriously, and I want to say I am so sorry to the people who were affected. I know that I'm in a position of privilege and power, and I realize that with that comes responsibility, and I take responsibility for what happens at my show. This is the Ellen DeGeneres Show. I am Ellen DeGeneres. My name is there. My name is there. My name is on underwear. We have had a lot of conversations over the last few weeks about the show, our workplace, and what we want for the future. We have made the necessary changes, and today we are starting a new chapter.
People said the stress from the show made Twitch very worried. But it wasn't only because of that. Some people said Twitch found out things he shouldn't have about Ellen. And other people in the business like Diddy. The thing is, Twitch was a good friend of Ellen. And she took him to many places in Hollywood. Including, some say, to Diddy's parties. Because Diddy and Ellen were friends. Anyone who watched The Ellen Show knows that over the years, Diddy was often on the show. There was even one time when Diddy asked Ellen why she never came to his parties.
So tell me about your birthday party. Am I invited?
Yes. Yes, you're definitely invited. I invite you to all my parties. You just haven't seemed to show up.
No, well, is it on the East Coast?
Yes.
Well, that's why. Why don't you have one here on the West Coast? Because I work all the time.
Okay, well, maybe I have one at your house.
One thing you should remember from that talk is that Ellen was always invited to Diddy's parties. The only reason she didn't go was because they were too far away. Not because she thought the parties were strange or bad. And here's something even more interesting. Diddy told Ellen that the parties that start after midnight are a very different kind of party. And it seemed like Ellen knew exactly what he meant. This same Ellen has also been seen in pictures at Diddy's parties. So maybe later on, she did go to some of them. In fact, some people have said that Ellen might have gone to Diddy's smaller, secret parties at his house, where disturbing and potentially illegal activities allegedly took place. I mean, it wouldn't be surprising considering we are talking about someone who was caught up in that Wayfair drama about selling furniture at very high prices with children in them. So at the time when the scandal was making headlines, it was reported that the cabinets were being sold at up to $10,000 and they had names associated with reported missing persons such as Naria, Yitza, Somaya, and Olivia. And you know what, Ellen was right in the middle of this scandal. So yeah, with Diddy's trial going on, fans are beginning to connect the dots and they totally see how Twitch may have come across some very incriminating stuff, especially if we consider the allegation that there was a voicemail that maybe showed something really bad about Diddy. A lot of people think that's why Twitch might have been forced to hurt himself, because he found out something very dangerous. But wait, do you know who people think might know even more about it? Twitch's ex-wife, Allison Holker. Some people say she might know about the voicemail Twitch recorded that told the truth about Diddy.
Scary moment in my life to figure that out, but it also helped me process that he was going through so much. And he was hiding so much, and there must have been a lot of shame in that. And he was wrestling with a lot inside himself, and he was trying to self-medicate and cope with all those feelings because he didn't want to put it on anyone.
Twitch was not home. Instead of calling the police, she went to them like she already knew something bad had happened. Then there are interviews she did months later which a lot of people found emotionless and said that she overshared. Actually, in one of the interviews she did not so long ago, Allison said that she was with one of her really dear friends, and they were cleaning out the closet and picking out an outfit for Twitch for the funeral when she uncovered a cornucopia of substances, including mushrooms, pills, and other substances she had to look up on her phone, hidden inside Twitch's shoeboxes. Based on what she said, she believed she and Twitch had very honest communication, including about his marijuana use. In fact, she said that at night after their kids went to bed, he would quietly slip into their guest house to smoke or drink. She said that was his alone time and it was his time to recharge, and that was okay. But she never expected to find the things she found in his shoeboxes. She also said that in the days leading up to his death, Twitch was acting withdrawn, showering less frequently, and smoking morning and night. He told her that he was going through a low period, but he was very careful about his wording. Allison also said that she combed through his journals hoping to find clarity and closure after his death, and she learned her husband had hidden painful secrets from even those closest to him. In her words, he was wrestling with a lot inside himself, and he was trying to self-medicate and cope with all those feelings because he didn't want to put it on anyone. Because he loved everyone so much, he didn't want other people to take on his pain. She also said that Twitch alluded to being essayed by a male figure during his childhood in several of his journal entries, and that may have affected him till the day he died. While Allison has been slammed a few times for not just disrespecting Twitch and his family with the oversharing, but acting shady and knowing exactly what was up, in fact one family member, Darielle, a cousin of Twitch, even spilled that Allison required the family to sign non-disclosure agreements to attend his funeral. And after saying that she doesn't care about the NDA, Darielle wrote, "This crazy woman made me and his actual family sign an NDA just to even attend the funeral. She's been trying to tarnish his legacy and refuses to let the boss family see the children only to exploit and lie to my cousin. Hell no." Darielle also wrote that contrary to what Allison was trying to imply, Twitch wasn't an addict. He smoked weed and was actively trying to quit, but he wasn't some junkie. In addition, Twitch's brother Dre claimed that since his brother passed, his side of the family has been denied access to the children. He actually took to Instagram to say that his mother and grandparents were trying to process Twitch's death, but they had been disrespected and alienated from family affairs. Then, without explicitly naming their mother, Dre said his late brother's 3 children had had noticeably limited interactions with their grandmother and the wider family. Someone said that the reason Allison wasn't letting Twitch's family see the kids was because they didn't agree with some rules in a paper she gave them. This paper was called an NDA, and she wanted them to sign it. Now, I don't know what was written in that NDA, but some people are saying there's a lot more going on. In fact, ever since Twitch died, people think Allison is hiding something. So now we're all wondering, what did Twitch really find out? Was it just the stress of being famous? Or was there something even scarier hiding in Hollywood? And then there are those quiet rumors about Diddy's secret, freak-off parties. Only rich and powerful people were invited, and no one really talked about them. Did Twitch go to one of those parties? Did he see something, or maybe record something he shouldn't have? I'm not saying I know the truth, but I really want to hear what you think. So tell me in the comments below.